Ultimately, that trust was misplaced, and it ended in the souring or even the end of a relationship. But that was about as disastrous as the misunderstanding of the concept of trust went for those people. For Devereaux, trust was very different, with much bigger and more severe consequences where it was misplaced. She'd come to learn that she knew no one that she could trust in every possible instance. But she did believe she'd made the right choice this time.
"I asked, do you trust him?"
Muller said, his question more forceful.
"He can help us. He will help us. That's all you need to know."
Muller sighed and looked out of his window. Devereaux waited until the last second, making sure the route ahead after the turning was clear. It was, before she pulled on the steering wheel, then thumped the accelerator. The puny engine of the Opel whined as the car picked up speed. Finally. Devereaux checked her mirrors again a couple of times as they left the traffic behind.
"See?"
she said. Muller looked behind him again but didn't say anything, and Devereaux wished she'd felt more confident too. Why didn't she? They'd already travelled more than 1,000 miles without a hitch, without hint of them being followed.
"How did you even find him here?"
Muller asked.
"A man like... I don't even know what type of man he is."
"I found him the same way I found you. It's something I'm good at." He didn't say anything more. She was glad. She kept on going through the quieter streets, finally covering some ground. Not too fast, though, no need to alert the police.
"Okay, this is it,"
Devereaux said as she pulled the car to the side of the road, deftly squeezing between two other parked vehicles. She looked out of the window at the sandstone apartment block. Quaint, more like half abandoned. The building seemed more ruinous than the 3,000-year-old Roman remains that stood proudly only a few blocks away.
"When you said he's resourceful, you didn't mean he had resources."
Devereaux didn't say anything but got out of the car. The air was warm, smoggy, clogged with the fumes from car exhausts and the stench of food waste sitting in black bin bags that lined the streets waiting for cleanup. She looked around as her hand brushed against the bottom edge of her leather jacket, feeling the butt of the Glock handgun underneath. Would she need to use it? "We're good," she said to Muller before she headed for the entrance to the building. The outer doors weren't locked, and they walked into a dingy atrium where one wall was taken over by mailboxes.
"This way."
Muller followed a step behind as Devereaux headed up the stairs. 4th floor. 4th door along. No sounds from within the other apartments on this floor. Were they empty? She stopped at the door and looked along the corridor. Quiet, and she couldn't hear anything beyond the wood. She knocked and shuffled back, looking directly at the spy hole. Muller edged to her side. He'd be in view too. She heard his footsteps on the other side, held her breath, put her hand to her hip once more, but didn't draw the weapon. Not yet. The door opened, and she peered into his questioning eyes. Chapter 2. James Ryker lay in the bed under a thin white sheet. His eyes remained closed even though he'd woken the best part of an hour ago. Relaxation time. Not just this morning. He'd been in that mode for several months, really. Relaxation? One way to describe his time here, at least. Transitioning, perhaps. Waiting. The sound of the city never fully died here, and as he lay in the bed he focused on the hum of nearby heavy traffic on the main road a couple of blocks away, and the heavier vibrations of intermittent cars heading down his street. He also heard the chatter of pedestrians here and there, their voices drifting in through the single-pane windows that let in not only plenty of noise, but far too much heat during the afternoon when the summer sun's rays beat down on the apartment building for several hours without respite. One of the reasons why Ryker was so happy to lie back and relax now, while the bedroom remained cool. He finally opened his eyes when he heard a car engine close by. Just a normal car, nothing to be excited about. But then the car stopped on the road.